this is Issa and welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a hot minute since I posted anything. It has also been a ridiculously long time since I agreed to do a collab with the awesome Lillian of the Postmodern Family on YouTube. If you have not checked out her channel, definitely do that. I will link it down below. She's got a really cool channel. She and her husband live in England and they vlog just about their life there and their family life, and she happens to be a crunchy natural mama like me, so we thought that this topic would be an awesome collab for us to do, and that was 10 hacks for a healthy lifestyle. She is much more organized than I am, and she already posted her video like probably a month ago by the time I get this video up, and it's really great. She had some awesome hacks, stuff that I hadn't thought of before, and then I'm definitely going to try to do around the home. And today I have for you my 10 hacks for a healthy lifestyle. Health and wellness and well-being is really, really important to me. Just as a Christian, I believe that we need to respect our temples and take care of our temples, and that rather than find some like perfect magical formula for like, you know, the ultimate healthy life or beating death or whatever, there are just a lot of wonderful things that we can do to take advantage of God's creation and the wonderful herbs and plants and food products that He has given us. I've definitely picked up a few things over the years, and these 10 hacks are things that I do to make just a day-to-day lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, just easier, because it's kind of overwhelming to try to like health up your whole life. You can't do it all at once, but there are a lot of awesome just like little things, little changes you can make that make a big difference. Those are the kinds of things that I want to share with you today. So let's get started. Okay, so my number one hack, these hacks are in no particular order, but number one might be at the top of my list, my number one most important, and that is to find yourself a reliable, reusable water bottle. This is something I've actually been doing since high school when I was not particularly healthy, but I have just always been a very thirsty, a big water drinker. This probably will sound weird, but my husband and I actually had that in common when we met. We noticed that he and I both drank a lot more water than other people, and it was always like really important to us to have water with us. Back then, this was really popular when I was in high school. I had the Nalgene bottle. I do try to avoid plastic now. I'm sure Nalgene and many other companies make the BPA free, all the healthy, you know, green stuff, but I just prefer glass or stainless steel. This is what my husband uses. This is what I just happen to have with me right now. This is just a Nutson's juice bottle that, you know, we buy apple juice for our kids and reuse the bottle, and he carries these around the house with him. Well, you know, this is just like what he keeps with him when he's home from work to drink water. I do fill them up during the summertime, you know, maybe 2 or 3 of them, and stick them in the fridge, and then he's got nice cold water when he gets home. And when he's out and about, and I myself as well, sorry, I was interrupted by a small child. But yeah, so when we're out and about, I have this. This is my normal water bottle. My kid interrupted me, gave me a chance to go grab this. I got this at TJ Maxx for about $14. It's definitely worth the investment. It holds a quart of water, which is awesome because if I drink 4 of these throughout the day, that is a gallon of water. That is definitely my first hack. Drinking enough water is so important to your health. If you do anything to try to improve your lifestyle, start by drinking more water, and getting a reliable water bottle is a great way to do that. Okay, so number 2 is something that I feel is really important if you are really not very healthy or clean eating and are trying to get yourself into it, but you're just not super excited about new foods or, you know, bland foods or whatever, and that is to find healthy alternatives to the things that you really love. I feel like this is kind of a double-edged sword though, because a lot of the time if you get like for instance like a paleo corn dog, I'm speaking from personal experience, that is really just not as good as a regular good old-fashioned corn dog. What I'm talking about more is like finding healthier treats and you know, sweets or snacks or things like that, things that are on the healthier end that you can kind of like look forward to. If you are if you're changing up your diet and you are just eating beans and rice and chicken breast and tons of vegetables and salads, and it's hard for you to do all of that, make sure that you're giving yourself healthy treats within that diet. So don't necessarily try to recreate the way you used to eat using healthy ingredients. You might be able to do that and it might be really awesome. If you are getting yourself, for instance, a lot of kettle chips are cooked in oils that are better for you than Lay's. They're still potato chips, they're still not that great for your overall health, but they are going to be better for you than something that's full of unhealthy fats and artificial flavoring. Or there are a ton of pretty healthy chocolates out there, and chocolate itself is good for you, and you can find chocolate that doesn't have a lot of sugar in it or that is sweetened with something other than refined cane sugar. Make yourself some granola instead of buying that sugary cereal. These things that I'm suggesting aren't necessarily the most healthy thing that you can eat, but it really does motivate you to stick with cleaner eating if you're giving yourself those healthy alternatives. You can really kind of systematically cut back on a lot of bad habits by just choosing the slightly healthier version of that, almost to like wean yourself off of junk food. Okay, speaking of clean eating, it is really confusing and overwhelming right now trying to figure out which diet is best. I mean, keto is really popular right now, paleo, Whole30, then you even get into the fancier health diets like the, you know, anti-inflammatory diet, or what's the one? What's it called? The GAPS diet, or just gluten-free, vegetarian, vegan, raw vegan. There are so many different kinds of diets, and if you are trying to if you're just kind of just starting out with clean eating, or if you have been doing it for a while and are just feeling really confused and overwhelmed by all the different diets, my number one advice is always to eat whole food. Obviously there are some foods that you want them to be a little bit processed, like beans or grains or things like that, but it is just, if you are eating mostly plants, you know, fresh fruits and vegetables, meat that is not full of, you know, just meat from the grocery store, like not full of a bunch of different flavors, beans, whole grains, healthier oils, raw milk, eggs, yogurt, things like that. Those are whole foods. Those are very minimally processed foods. Whereas, you know, we use this word processing as relates to food. Most food is processed. Cooking is a form of processing. Shucking a bunch of corn and putting it in a bowl of water, that's a form of processing. But when we talk about bad processed foods, we're talking about stuff that has been packed full of additives, flavoring, and preservatives. And you're just getting into clean eating, if you're trying to just decipher what is healthy and what is unhealthy, don't worry about, you know, all the gluten or, you know, paleo versus vegan and all of that stuff. Just start by taking processed foods out of your diet and eating whole foods. Okay, number 4 is something that I have been doing a lot more diligently lately, and it has been really rewarding, and that is to track what you eat. It has really helped me to just develop and stick with better eating habits. I weightlift and work out a lot, and so I'm trying to maintain a certain amount of what's called macros, which is protein, carbs, and fat. So I try to eat, you know, a lot of protein because I'm trying to build muscle. But even if you are not concerned about your macros or either weight losing or gaining weight, but you just want to eat cleaner, tracking your calories and tracking your macros really helps you to understand food. And this is one of those things where once you start putting in processed food into a calorie tracking app or whatever system that you use, that's when you notice how much more caloric processed foods are. And that's why one of the big reasons that all, you know, fast food and junk food contributes to weight gain and diabetes so much is because they are just full of calories and full of fat and just really bad, and all of those calories are bad calories. What's really cool to me about tracking calories and macros is that it like motivates me so much to choose all the healthy versions of all those macros. Healthy carbs, healthy protein, and healthy fat. Because there are unhealthy versions of all of those, and there are awesome versions of all of those. So it doesn't matter like what percentage of each macro you're doing, it doesn't matter how many calories you're eating in a day. If you start to track everything that you eat, even just keeping a food diary and not tracking calories and macros can be so helpful. Especially like doctors and nutritionists recommend keeping a food diary a lot to kind of pinpoint, oh, this food is making me feel really fatigued, or this food is making me feel really bloated. And it can be really, or wow, I didn't realize I ate a dozen Oreos a day, like maybe I should cut back on that. Just little things like that. Just, we don't really tend to be aware of how unaware we are of what we eat, and keeping track of everything you eat is so helpful. So I highly recommend that. I know it's not really like a hack, but it just, that giving you that bird's eye view of your diet makes it way easier to build up a better diet. Okay, number 5 is very similar to number 4, and that is to meal plan. It is so much easier to avoid junk food, to avoid unnecessary snacking, to avoid just takeout or spending too much at the grocery store, those last minute runs to the grocery store, if you plan out your meals. I plan out our meals. I have probably literally never actually made everything I planned out, but that doesn't matter, because what I'm planning out is what to buy and how to use it. I tend to even just plan out buying a certain amount of meat, and then I have my staple vegetables, and I have our condiments, and we buy raw milk and eggs from the farmer, and I can do a lot with that. It works really well for my family. I highly recommend it for like so many reasons. But if you are trying to just be healthier, meal planning just takes all the headache out of it. So yes, meal planning, do it. Okay, number 6 is again similar to number 5, and that is to meal prep. Even if you are not sitting down and planning out every single helping that every single person in your family has of every food item every single day, meal prep really does still take the headache out of planning out healthy meals, and it also just really it makes it a lot easier to choose the healthier option. We tend to eat, I mean, speaking for myself, but I know American culture in general, we tend to eat poorly because we eat last minute so often, because we snack or we fail to plan and we just grab some fast food, or we have snacks for lunch. I did that for the longest time, like as a stay-at-home mom, like I would just snack instead of have lunch, and that was really bad for my diet and just my overall health. And prepping little ingredients throughout the week, like what I've been doing lately, for example, is I grill a bunch of chicken breast at the beginning of the week, and my husband and I have that with salads for our lunches. I cut up a bunch of celery and carrots because I love to snack on that throughout the week. I make a big batch of yogurt. I used to make sourdough, sourdough bread, and then I'd keep the sourdough going so I could make pancakes for my boys. I make big batches of pancakes, and then just, I can reheat them. Like, one batch of pancake can last for like, 2 or 3 meals for my boys. I grate a bunch of cheese up, and that's actually, like, it seems really simple, but that's awesome to just, like, grab a handful of cheese out of a Tupperware and toss it on a meal instead of going through, like, finding a cheese grater and, like, all that. Just little things like that, and this is really why it's part of these hacks. It's like such an awesome hack to just have everything ready, and you don't have to prep every single meal or every single ingredient that you're gonna have for the week, but you'd be amazed what a difference just preparing a few dishes or a few ingredients to be used throughout the week. It makes such a big difference. Okay, so number 7 is one that is near and dear to my heart. I am very into fitness. I love lifting weights. I love running. I used to dance. I am, however, not a naturally active person or a naturally athletic person. I've always been kind of on the lazier side, but I keep coming back to fitness because I have found fitness that I love. And that's what this hack is to kind of trick yourself into working out. The first part of that would be to find fitness that you love. Go for a walk or a run with your dog. I literally run around the house, run around the outside of our house with our boys sometimes. Like, that's not really my main cardio, but I could easily turn it into my main cardio if I needed to. Take a dance class. Find little calisthenics things that you can do on the playground with your kids. There are a ton of like resources online for workouts you can do on a playground. This is something I would love to do when we don't have the resources, but take a parkour class. Okay, maybe I'm the only weirdo mom that would want to take a parkour class, but I think parkour is super cool. Just find something you love to do. Or what I do is I lift weights. I love lifting weights. I get really lazy about steady state cardio, so lifting weights is really fun for me, and it's just really rewarding and empowering. Whatever you can do to get yourself moving more is going to, if you have a sedentary lifestyle, literally anything you can do to move more is going to be good for you. So that's a really, and you do get addicted to the feeling of being more active. Like, it will make you feel so much better so quickly. Find things that you love about fitness to kind of, get a taste for how great it feels. The other part of this tricking yourself into working out is something that I have done for years, and it probably sounds kind of silly, but if you wear workout clothes throughout the day, like if you're planning on working out in the evening, it motivates you to work out so much more. Like, there's nothing crappier than taking off your workout clothes at the end of the day when you haven't actually worked out. So I tend to just, lately I've been going to the gym first thing in the morning, so I get my, this is a big one too though, I get my workout clothes all together and ready to go in the morning. And I have actually rearranged my clothes in a way where I always know where my gym socks and sports bras are. Sorry if that's like TMI, but that was something that like I was digging around, always looking for socks and sports bras. So I got like 12 packs of all the same socks, so I never have to worry about finding pairs. All my socks are the same, so I can just grab 2 of them, and I put those in a little container with all my sports bras. And so it's like so much easier to get ready for the gym, because when you are a busy mom, literally every minute counts, and I need to just like get up and get out the door, or like it'll set my whole day off a little bit. So wearing your workout clothes throughout the day, or having your workout clothes all in the same place, just ready to, when I put the laundry away, I just like make a little bundle of a workout outfit, and that's what I can use the next day. It's these little like finding workouts that you love and motivating yourself with workout clothes hacks can really, really help just get you out and get you more active, which is so, so important for your health. Okay, number 8 is a really fun one. It is a very popular one. You've probably seen it on Pinterest or just around the internet, and that is to make infused water. So in my first hack, I talked about how much I love carrying around a water bottle and just what a great way to improve your overall health it is. Water is, just to reiterate, water is so vital and so important for your overall health. Most people are not drinking enough water and can be, have their health greatly improved by drinking more water. In fact, I feel dehydrated right now just talking about water, excuse me. So making infused water, if you are not a big water drinker, if you like, pop or juice, you like flavorful drinks, as I do, so I totally relate, infused water is like a really fun and healthy way to do that. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just weird, but to me, like having like some strawberry and lemon infused water, that tastes just as good to me as a soda pop. Maybe I'm just weird. Like I said, I'm a hippie. It tastes delicious. It's so refreshing, especially if you keep it in the refrigerator, and it just motivates you to drink more water. So, and the other thing is too, there are so many different combinations of herbs and fruit that you can do. You can play around with it. You can use the scraps of your fruit. Like if you cut up a bunch of strawberries, just throw the tops in a bottle and you're good to go. Okay, so number 8, no, number 9 is a hack that I've been doing for a while, and it's just really simple and easy and has just been, I don't know, I don't have anything really profound to say about it except that it is helpful for me, and that is to divide your supplements out. In the morning when I go to take my supplements, I just, I keep them in the cupboard, I take them all out. I take what I'm taking in the morning, and I put the rest into this little dish, and then they're just sitting on the counter. And since I stay at home, every time I go into the kitchen I notice them and I think, oh yeah, I just ate lunch, I need to take my supplements, or I just ate dinner, and I'm always cleaning up after dinner, so I see them. And I have got to tell you, I would seriously totally forget if I did not do this, because I've always been really bad at taking supplements, just remembering to take them. So I mean, literally every time I see that little dish, I'm like, oh yeah, my supplements. I pretty much never think of taking them independently. So if you go to work, you could put them in a little Ziploc bag. You can get those little, there are a ton of products for separating out, supplements and pills and stuff. So it's just a really simple, great way to remember to take those important supplements that can really make a big difference to our health. There are some supplements that I take that seriously are the difference between me being feeling human and not. So I love this hack and I highly recommend it. Okay, so number 10 is kind of something that I started to do that got me interested in living a more green and clean lifestyle beyond just the way that I ate, and that was to clean with food. I started this when I had a newborn. We were both trying to save money and trying to keep chemicals out of our home. We were really, really paranoid back then. I'm glad we were, because our boys grew up in a pretty chemical-free home, I hope. Once I discovered that you could use a number of different products for a number of different household and beauty kind of hacks, I got really, really into it. But it's just a really awesome way to just, like I said, appreciate the way God created things and use the things that He created as they are to improve our life and our health style, our healthy lifestyle. But okay, so a really basic one is cleaning with water and vinegar, which I still do. I clean almost everything in my house with a spray bottle with water, vinegar, and lavender essential oil. I use baking soda in the toilets and the sinks. I used to wash my face with honey, or wash my hair with aloe and egg, and rinse it with vinegar, and you can use vinegar as a toner, and I use food grade aloe on my face still. You can use oatmeal as a face mask, you can use oatmeal to wash your face with, you can use oatmeal as a body scrub, you can use sugar and coconut oil as a body scrub, and the list goes on. If you've ever been on Pinterest before, you probably know what I'm talking about. But the reason I put it this way, clean with food, is that once you start to think of it that way, is there, you just think about every product in your home, and is there something I can replace this with that is edible? If something is edible, it means it is totally healthy and safe and natural. It is not causing cancer. It is not messing with your, hormones like a lot of cleaning products and personal hygiene products can do. It is totally safe and green and clean, and so you don't have to have every product in your home be edible, but obviously things that are food based or are made with natural ingredients tend to be made with herbs and fruit extracts and fruit enzymes and things like that. So and like I said, you pretty much don't need cleaning products. You can use lemon to clean as well. I forgot to mention that. So yes, number 10, clean with your food. Okay, so those are my 10 hacks for living a healthy lifestyle, and my, I'm sure, incredibly long explanations for each of them. I do have sort of a bonus point to add. It's not really a hack because it's sort of the answer to everything in the universe, but that is to just invest in your spiritual life. Like I said at the beginning, living a healthy lifestyle is not about getting it perfect. We are imperfect and our bodies will fail. There are going to be things in our environment that we don't like that we can't really do much about. We will never live a perfectly healthy lifestyle because the only perfection there is on earth is found in Jesus Christ. So if you invest in your spiritual life first and just pray and let God speak to you about the ways that you can improve your health. Spiritual health is infinitely more important than physical health, but spiritual health, at least in my experience, spiritual health tends to dictate physical health. When you're spiritually disciplined, you will be more physically disciplined. And I have found like some of my greatest spiritual growth has come from changing out my lifestyle, turning down things that my flesh wants for things that I know are better for me or for my family. So yeah, like the most important thing, just to repeat myself once again, the most important thing you can do for your overall health is to invest in a relationship with the one who created you and the one who created all of these wonderful natural remedies, and that is God through the Lord Jesus Christ. If you don't know him, I would recommend, of course, because I'm a Christian, I would highly recommend you get to know him. And if you want to know anything about him, please let me know because I love talking about him. Alright, so that wraps up this video. If you've made it this far, thank you for bearing with me. I know I'm a ridiculously long-winded person and there just kind of seems to be nothing that I can do about that. If you did not, once again, if you have not seen Lillian's YouTube channel or her video, which was supposed to be a collab with this, but she's way more on it than me, check it out. It's the Postmodern Family is her channel, and I will post a link to both that and her 10 hacks for living a healthy lifestyle below. And once again, thank you, Lillian, so much for doing this collab with me, and thank you for your patience with me that it took me forever to do, and thank you all of you out there for watching, and until the next video, God bless you.